The United States has just struck two sites in eastern Syria as part of what it calls a self-defense strike intended to dissuade Iranian-backed militias and Iran itself from expanding the conflict in the region. This seems to have been an effort basically on the United States to say, after about a week in which we saw roughly 10 attacks on American facilities in Iraq and Syria, it's an effort on the part of the United States to say no more. So why am I thinking about this? I got drawn into covering this because tonight I was the standby anchor, which is something I've never done before. So last night, and I don't mean to make this about me, bear with me, this story is about how cool it is to work at NBC and how amazing the professionalism of this place is. I promise it is not about my experience of this, except in as much as it was a really cool illustrative lesson in like how amazing this environment is. So last night I was filling in for Gotti Schwartz, who's just had a baby, and thank God we live in a modern world where parents get to take time with their newborn children. So he's doing that. So I filled in for him last night, and about 3/4 of the way through his show, this horrible shooting in Maine took place. And suddenly I had to be in for what we call rolling coverage for about 2 hours, which I have never done that before. And you go from dealing with a very, tightly put together scripted show to you are doing this kind of, this contact improv experience in which a team of people is keeping you sort of afloat as you try and make the news, try and deliver the news. And what's incredible is to watch the horsepower of NBC just like come to life. You've got like 100 people across the organization trying to figure out, with try and get two sources on everything. Who is the shooter? How many people have been killed? How many people are injured? What were the locations? Where are they? We just the incredible, again, professionalism of NBC just like comes to life, and you get to be the beneficiary sitting in the chair, which is really amazing. And what's crazy is I was doing it from San Francisco. There was, it's me and two other people here. All of this is coming at me from New York for the most part, but also people are going to Maine and everything's happening. So anyway, that was really amazing. And afterwards, they were like, "Good job. Would you like to be or can you be around to be the standby anchor after you finish filling in for Gotti Schwartz again tonight, Thursday, October 26th. And I said, sure. So I was in the chair, and then we go off air at the end of Stay Tuned Now, Gotti's fantastic show. And my job is to stick around for a couple of hours just in case something happens. And as I understand it, that is really unusual. Nothing ever really happens. I'm only around as standby anchor in case something big breaks and for some reason they can't get a Lester Holt or somebody else in the chair. Now, sometimes it's also a function of just, are you really going to break in on network coverage or not? There's various questions that, that get weighed in all of this. But anyway, my job is to be available. So at about 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 here in California, they say, get in the chair. And I figure, oh, well, this must be the shooter, Robert Card, has been captured. Nope, this is Syria. And suddenly I'm getting up to speed on this statement from Secretary Lloyd Austin. And what's, again, so cool is you can, at NBC, we can activate experts like that. And so we have senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez talking about why the Biden administration has the response it does, why it's trying to differentiate these attacks from the Israel-Hamas conflict, saying that it doesn't change its stance. Then we have Colonel Jacobs, who's our military analyst, talking about how Iran is constantly trying to push the envelope, and that's why they would risk this kind of reprisal from the United States. And then, I think this is so amazing, Ali Arouzi, our Tehran bureau chief, is up at 6:25 a.m. local time as the sun has just risen. It's just been above the horizon for 20 minutes. And he is on talking to us about how Iran works through proxy groups, and how the big question he's now going to have to chase when I go to bed, he's going to be chasing all day today this question of whether or not Iran is going to respond to this or whether they're going to ignore it. He says that so far in media in Iran, there's no mention of this American attack, this American pair of attacks. So will that continue to be the case today or not? We don't know. When I wake up, we'll know more. But it's just this like amazing journalistic machine, NBC, and to be to have that sort of carry you through the past 48 hours like it has for me has been just a really amazing thing, and another amazing reminder of the privilege of being around professionals like the people who work here.